わがそれを見、そなたこそ魔女の碑文に選ばれし、今こそそれを我が名において認めようぞ。
あんたはその格好、まさか本当にベアトリーチェ？
Maybe Beatrice was happy that Ava called her by her own name. Wait, she cackled cheerfully. In concert with that laugh, gold butterflies crept up as though a storm of gold dust was spinning around the room. And the room shone the color of gold.
いかにわらわはそなたの偉業をたたえ、本当にあの碑文の謎を見事解いてみせたと、わらわを感嘆させるに値する。
あの手紙の差出人はなら私は全ての黄金と後ろ宮家の家督を引き継げるのよね。あなたはそうあの手紙に記したわ。そして私はその挑戦に打ち勝った。
わらわはそれを認め、今やこの積み上げられた黄金のすべて、何しろ今この瞬間よりそなたはもう
本当に本当よね、本当よね。
興奮するでない。わらわはそなたをその証にそなたにこれを授けよう。
Beatrice took a ring off her own finger and held it out to Ava. She fearfully accepted it and realized that it was a ring.
これまさか
金蔵より返還された後ろ宮家当主の証で、今よりそれはそれを指にはめ、そなたが今や後ろ宮家の家督を継いだことに
Ava stared
誰も
closely at that
疑いを
ring.
挟めぬであろ
It
う。
certainly wasn't a fake. Without a doubt, it was the real thing. She dreamed of receiving this ring someday. Focused on this day over and over again, and it was now finally a certainty. This ring had now designated her as the head, and had been handed over to her. And, timidly, she put it on the middle finger of her left hand. In that instant, she felt a deep emotion welling up inside her that she never felt before. Okay, yep, that's music. Her mind grew blank. Both eyes were opened. That ring was on her own finger. Not in a dream, but in reality.
その指輪も喜んでおろう。それほどまでに指に通すことを夢見ていたそなたのもとへ行くことができたのだから。
指
We're
輪、
getting a good beat to it.
お父様の指輪。
そなたそのようにして自らの指に通すことで、その思いの強さ、そなたの魔法に、そなたは今や立派な魔女を名乗る資格があろうぞ。
あなたは本当にベアトリーチェなの？
我こそは黄金後ろ宮家顧問錬金術師金蔵との契約に従い、そなたに今こそ全てを受け継ごうぞ。金蔵に託した全ての黄金、そしてそれにより築き上げた全ての財産、そして後ろ宮家の家督と名誉、そして我が力と無限の魔女の称号をそなたに。
魔女の称号。
わらわの全ての魔力と先代に従い、称号今こそそなたが名乗るがよかろう。
Ava gulped. The chandelier light, which had seemed dim, now felt too bright.
我が名においてこれより黄金の魔女の継承を執り行おうぞ。
The instant Beatrice made that proclamation, everything was buried by a golden sparkle, and changed into a majestic place that looked like an audience hall. In the audience hall there was a crowd of Beatrice's minions and brethren, as well as countless gold butterflies celebrating this first succession ceremony in 1,000 years. When she looked, she saw Beatrice on the throne that only the Endless Witch was permitted to sit in, holding a golden staff, reigning with a dazzling dignity. Without being ordered by anyone, Ava automatically kneeled, hanging her head. A goat attendant respectfully handed Beatrice a golden staff in the shape of the one-winged eagle. After Beatrice stood up and received that staff, she laid the tip of it on Ava's shoulder and spoke. It was a proclamation 1,000 years in coming.
後ろ宮エヴァ、そなたは魔女の碑文の謎を見んか。このそなたに無限の魔法のすべて、無限と黄金の両魔女の称号を引き継ぐ。そなたはこれを我がベアトリーチェを名乗るがよかろう。さあ、面を上げ、そして立ちてこの杖を打つ。
I'll give you a staff to
あ
accept.
りがたき幸せ。
Ava stood up dizzily and took the magic staff from Beatrice's hand. Her hand was trembling slightly. As soon as she grasped that staff, she was wrapped up in the brilliant sparkle of gold. I would make a joke about staff grasping, but I'm pretty sure the one grasping a staff is a minor, so no, as though gold butterflies were flowing out from inside of her. In the instant she succeeded the Golden Witch, Ava felt something in the depths of her soul be reborn. To describe it in a word, it was energy. Energy with a gold color. It felt like she was waking up, as though she had been half asleep ever since she had been born, and was opening her eyes for the first time. It felt as though her true eyes inside her eyes were open for the first time in her life. Oh. I guess this is a completely. This whole time I thought this, this inner Ava was Lambda, but no, clearly they're two separate people now, as this CG clearly depicts. Interesting. I love how Burnt Castle still does not give a shit. It's like, oh, I guess this is happening now.
一同の者たちにそなたの姿を見せてやるがよ。そなたこそが今や新しき魔女であることを知らしめてやるがよい。
Ava, no, the new Beatrice, turned around timidly. When she did, the witch's minions, which filled the vast audience hall, honored her with an applause that sounded like the roaring of the sea.
さあ、皆のベアトリーチェの肖像画をすべて新しきベアトリーチェに差し替え、新しきベアトリーチェに祝いの言葉を捧げよ。
新しきベア黄金の魔女の継承、おめあなたは一日も早く誇り高き黄金の魔女とし、そして無限。はい、頑張ります。やんちゃな先代と違い、あなたには無限の魔女にふさわしい。
お師匠様、今は真面目な儀式中なんだから、そういうのはなしで頼むよ。
黄金の魔女の継承、新しきベアトリーチェ様。私はロの上と申します。黄金の魔女様にお使いを許されている。これより常におそばに何か不自由がございましたら。
ありがとう。
ロの上は口は悪いが頼れる男。魔女としての新しき日々への戸惑いはこの男に相談すれば晴れるである。
そして先代ベアトリー、ようやくこうしてお会いできたのに、これ以上のお使いを許されず、この1000年間とても楽しく深く感謝いたします。
そなたとの1000年、新しき魔女の世話、どうか。
はい。
I don't know what to expect anymore.
先代ベアトリーチェ
I
様の
don't.
最後の
I'm not even sure what's exactly I've been very quiet, I realize, but my brain is processing.
このロの上、しかと聞き届けました。
は 謝しなさいよ。あんたの魔女継承の推薦人にサインしてあげたんだからね。つまり私がサインしなかったら、だから少しは感謝なさいよね。
こちらは絶対の魔女そなたの無限の魔女継承には元老院の魔女の推薦が必要なの。ラムダデルタ教はそなたを推薦され後見人となってください。
So Lambda was in part, did have some part in it. I figured. I knew she had
お
to.
っと、この子感謝が足りない。やっぱ推薦やめる。推薦人は子供の使いじゃないでしょ。サインしたならきっちり責任取りなさい。
ラムダデルタ教は絶対の魔女。運命を強固にするぜ。そなたの今日までの努力とても気に入り高く評価し
まあ不遇の少女時代と報われない努力にね、ちょっとだけ同情しただけなんだから。別にかわいそうだからとか思ったわけじゃないわよ。うぬぼれないでよね。つーんだ。私から見ればあなたの継承はまあ奇跡というよりは偶然。私が推薦するには値しない。
こちらはベルンカ。とても気難しいご人だが、こうして参列祝福してくれただけでも業報というものよ。
1000年ぶりの珍しいイベントだから来ただ。美味しいお酒も出るそうだ。
Good sake.
新しきベアトリーチェ様、ぜひ私たちにもご挨拶させてください。
どうもはじめまして。
The seven sisters of purgatory were gathered in a line. The eldest sister, Lucifer, took a step forward and kneeled.
こやつらはわらわに継承祝いにそなたに使わせる。そなたには黄金の魔女を継承した後、その儀式によって煉獄のくせ者揃いだが役には立つぞ。手足とするなよ。
常にベアトリーチェ様のおそばに。何事もお命じください。必ずや遂行してご覧に入れます。
Even after that, many nobles and minions visited and offered words of congratulations for the new witch. As she responded to them confusedly, she felt as though she was growing lightheaded due to the lack of oxygen. She couldn't tell if this was something real or unreal, but there was just one thing she could understand: a feeling of achievement at being permitted to call herself the Golden Witch. That alone was truth she could definitely understand. Yeah, believe me, I'm just as lost as you are right now, Battler.
もちろん鵜呑みにするつもりはねえが、一体どういう意味なんだ。エヴァおばさんが新しい魔女になっちまったっていうのか。そんなバカな。
わらわも驚いた。まさかあの碑文を解く者が現れるとは。しかしそういうルールだ。わらわはそれにのっとり黄金の魔女の座と我が名を引き継がねばならない。
驚かれるには値しますまい。お嬢様はもとよりそういうルールを手紙に記されてエヴァ様がそれを最初に成し遂げた、それだけのことでござ
Okay,
いま
but
す。
there's 5 more episodes. What does this mean for later episodes? What?
ワルギリア
I doubt this episode's even over here. Like, I don't. What the fuck comes next?
はい、おりますとも。
この茶番が意味するおかしな魔女たちが次々と現れる描写はあいつのザレ。これじゃまるでエヴァおばさんが魔女に。
落ち着いて。黄金の魔女という称号が継承され、この継承式はそれをあの子の解釈で演出したものに過ぎないに違いない。同じ手に何度もかからないで。
この盛大な式典はだがエヴァおばさんが碑文の謎を解いたことまでは事実。
Okay.
そしてそれは同時に後宮家の家督を受け継いだことも指す。そして10とエヴァおばさんが黄金のクソ相変わらずややこしいことをし。
やれや無粋なる人間には式典の総合さを変え
Shut
る
up.
こともできぬ。まあ空気を読めぬのが人間というそなたを哀れには思うが。
クソ いそうな人を見るような目で見て。だがとりあえずそれはつまり新しい出会ってあれは何なんだ。
わらわがそれを語ろうと。どうせそなたはだからわらわから説明すること、そなたが思う通りに信じればいい。
俺が思うとじゃあどう解釈すりゃいいんだ。
後宮エヴァの内面的別存在の視覚化と今
もちろん鵜呑みにはできませんが、今はそう理解するのが妥当でしょう。
つまりエヴァおばさんも彼女クソなんだか気持ち悪い展開になったぜ。
そういうわけでこれより後宮エヴァに引き継いだからな。というわけでわらわはな、バトラー、何かそなたの推薦を受けるぞ。何か上品で気品あふれて、できればちょっぴり
He's gonna call her something like cow tits.
お前なんかベアトのまんまで十分だ。ベアトとベアトリーチェで十分区別つくだろ。
He's like, yeah, I'm not switching it up. Fuck you.
ベアトのままか違和感はないな。なぜだかつまらん。
Boring. I'd laugh and be like, your new name's Cow Tits.
紅茶の温度と女心はいつの時代も。
バトラ君、とにかく以後は冷静。現在の彼女は後ろ宮エヴァと判別がつくだけ私たちに状況は有利です。この子がベアトリーチェだった時に比べれば。
What? Wait, what? Wait, what? We can tell her and Ava apart compared to when that child was whatever, go on. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, I don't know.
帰って気に入らねんな。何を考えてるんだベアトのやつめ。
Over there, the witches formed a long line to bless Ava, who had the figure of her younger days and who now possessed the name of Beatrice. It was like a witch's coronation. The countless gold butterflies flapped their wings, directing this fantastical gold sparkling space. They were all praising her. As I stared from the distance, I looked at the newly born Beatrice, who had a slightly embarrassed smile on her face. Her expression, which had been lost and confused at first, seemed to be full of the happiness that she was finally starting to recognize. That expression didn't look at all like someone laughing insanely while standing before the gold. There was just the innocence of a person basking in their own joy. As a person who denied the existence of witches, I couldn't view this witch succession ceremony with a joyful expression and accept her. However, when I looked at that innocent smile, I felt like I wanted to offer my blessings just for that moment. It's always beautiful when strong efforts bear fruits and are rewarded. And Ava, who always had to learn to succeed always yearned to succeed the headship, and who had worked hard since her youth without reward, had spectacularly taken hold of the chance given to her by the riddle of the epitaph, and had finally gained that position. How divine is the smile of a person whose childhood dreams have been granted. I definitely won't accept witches, but Badler put his hands together, making a small sound. It didn't reach her ears, but it did bless her.
おめでとうよ、エヴァおばさん。
You spectacularly solved the riddle of the epitaph before anyone else. It's your victory without any complaints. I won't accept all that about the Golden Witch and so on, but I will accept you as the new head of the Ushirame family, and I'll celebrate that sincerely. As though urged on by Badler's applause, Beato also clapped. It was a slightly odd scene. Badler and Beato, who opposed each other, were standing side by side and applauding the same person.
魔女に拍手してるわけじゃね。エヴァおばさんのこれまでの努力に拍手。
わらわもだ。あの碑文を見事に解いたエヴァに対し率直。
お前と一緒に拍手してるってのが気に入らない。ま、今は気にしねえことにする。たまにゃお前と一緒に拍手しても罰は当たらねえか。
たまにはおつである。しかし成し遂げたのはわらわではなくエヴァであるというのに。なぜ
祝福するってことはその喜びを共感する。 共有す
ではこのわけもなく嬉しい気持ちはそなたとも共有で互いを屈服させようとする敵同士でありながらこれは奇異な体験よ。
まあ今だけは休戦で手を叩こうじゃねえか。
Beato laughed impishly, playing around and applauding even louder. Alright, she no longer has to be dignified, does she? As though eagerly trying not to lose to Battler as she clapped. Battler went along with her and clapped even louder. Fucking dorks. When he did, as though some ceremony had ended, everyone applauded and highly praised the reborn Beatrice. It was just as though Battler's and Beato's applause had caused the real thing needed for his succession. Okay. Well, that fucking happened. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Rosa returned to the lobby. Okay, so I just took a quick little break, and when I went to save the game, I realized, oh hey, yeah, we got some death screens I haven't looked at. Because there was no big reveal, so I never really thought about it. But yeah. Yeah, okay. His body was found as a burnt corpse in the underground boiler room incinerator. No evidence of a struggle was found inside the incinerator, so it's probably reasonable to assume that it was burned after his murder. Too bad this time. It was game over right from the start. The servant Genji. His body was found in the VIP room on the second floor. The weapon used on him is assumed to be a gun or spear-shaped object. To thank Genji for his many years of service, let us allow him to rest in the VIP room. Yep, that would make sense. Because Ronove was told to handle the, was, told to handle where the bodies go. So, of course he'd acknowledge Genji. Her corpse was found in the parlor on the first floor. The weapon used on her is assumed to be a gun or let Shannon have the parlor with its wonderful view of the rose garden on sunny days. That's nice. Of course, found the chapel. For Canon, the chapel. Let him continue to protect the Lord's precious place, even after death. Swords found in the waiting room. The room next to the study is fitting for him, considering how much he wanted to earn Ginzo's favor. Okay. The seldom used second floor guest room was her secret napping spot. I guess I don't really understand why Chanon got the cap. Why Chanon got the chapel, yeah. Why Canon got the chapel. Continue to protect the Lord's precious place. When the hell did this man ever protect the Lord's precious place? When the hell was this man ever like, hyper religious or anything? I must protect the place of the Lord. Yeah, Ava. Okay, now solve the riddle of the witch's epitaph and is welcome as new. And this witch was gifted with the aptitude for magic and is put to grow into an extraordinary great witch. This genius of a witch often overindulged in her own power during her younger days. Such are the trials only geniuses may endure. If she proves successful, her name will surely be engraved in the history of endless witches. Will she be able to overcome the trials that forced her predecessor to surrender? Interesting. And then you have Virgilia. A now retired endless witch and Beatrice's teacher, she used the endless magic properly and devoted her life to smiles and happiness to many people. She taught Beatrice the endless magic, believing that Beatrice also devoted herself to the people who retired. Though she was Beatrice's teacher, she was also a magician employed by Beatrice. For that reason, she interacted with Beatrice, no matter fitting for a servant. And yeah, now the servants are connected to this one, and then these connect down. Interesting. 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 Alright. But anyway, back to where we were. Rosa returning to the lobby and whatnot. After the whole coronation sequence.